there. Dr. Mike McMorrow, coming to you live from the sanctuary at the Center for Spiritual Living in Granada Hills, California. We're located in the North San Fernando Valley. We're a place that welcomes all who practice their beliefs in faith and love. And you're welcome to, if this is your first time here, welcome. You've made it to the Wednesday night healing Let's Get Real and Heal meditation service. I'm joined also with one of our practitioners here, Beverly Scott, who will be our presider this evening, and a few friends in the house and a few friends online. So we're all set to get underway here. So why don't we start by taking a deep conscious breath and release. You know what? I need another one of those. Let's take a deep breath. Just release the day. The cares, concerns, allow ourselves to claim this time as our own. In this eternal now moment, as we come together for our call to service, which we call lighting the flames of faith. And we perform this ceremony to promote the universal consciousness of life, which acknowledges that all peoples, all faiths, all sentient beings come from the one great universal presence, which we call spirit. The fundamental to this truth is the unifying nature of all religious thought and experience, which we honor here this evening. So as Beverly lights the first candle, it's for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light the second candle for shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous peoples, the way of primal spirituality. We light the third candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. The fourth candle we light for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. The fifth candle we light for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. The sixth candle we light for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light the seventh candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to the will of God as the highest calling. We light the eighth candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light the ninth candle for all forms of New Thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. The 10th candle we light for all those who are as yet unaware of the power and presence of Spirit in their lives, and for the space we hold for them here in the sanctuary, within our online community, and of course within our own hearts. And as Beverly lights the healing candle, please put silently into the light the names of anyone you wish to have experienced the healing flame of God's eternal love.
I'm thankful, so grateful. I'm one with the Spirit all around me. I'm thankful, so grateful. I trust in God. I surrender.
As we turn within, taking a deep breath and just relaxing into the presence of the one perfect mind that we know as the only mind, the one mind of God. This mind is available right here and now. This is my mind. This is my life. This is our life. It is so blessed to know that everywhere we are, God is right there. At this time, we're grateful to be here. I'm grateful to be here, to meditate, to take the time, the moments, to just be instead of doing. Less being. Thank you, Father, Mother God. I'm holding space for Reverend Mike as he prepares to take us into the meditation hour. The congregants that are here in the sanctuary and our online viewers, thank you. Thank you. I speak a word for those that are struggling with all of the violence and the disturbance that is going on. But we know that there is a greater power just waiting for us to be more receptive, to see and understand that love conquers all. I accept this truth, knowing that it is all there is. Love is everywhere. I release my words into the activity of law, knowing that my love goes forth to mingle with all love that's there for everyone. I'm full this evening, knowing that my word is true, complete, and instantly manifest. It is done, and so it is. Amen. Thank you for being here this evening. I want to speak on just how wonderful life is because of God's presence in our lives, in my life. I have a 2-year-old daughter, granddaughter, that I spend a lot of time with. And we lately have been able to spend a lot of time outdoors. And that's one of my favorite places, is being outdoors. And as she's growing, she's full of questions. She's all over the place, asking, touching. And I'm explaining to her that you're helping Nana so much recognize just being and not doing. Just being here with you, watching you. It lets me know that God is always present. Spirit. I take the walk. I smell him in the air. I see it. I feel the wind on my face. And I say, thank you. Thank you so much for the simple things to help me remember that you are present in my life and in the lives of everyone if we only just step back and be open and receptive to this great presence. I see it in faces in the grocery store. I see it even right now when it appears that how can there be and all of this that's going on in the world. It just slips my mind, blows my mind, but slips my words because I don't want to just air it out. It's already there, everyone's aware. But there is God's presence, even in the midst of the unexplainable. Wise. We just stand still, be still, and just embrace God's presence in our lives. There are many ways to see God's presence in our lives. And I've just jotted down a few that I'd like to share. The evidence of God's work in creation. That's just looking out the window. When you get up in the morning, the promises and the clear directions for life found in God's Word when we're doing our sacred reading. There is the presence in our life. The evidence of God at work in the lives of others. That's the most fulfilling and confirming, because you see it and I am just so moved. The assurance in your own heart that God is present. When you don't know what to think or do, but you can take a deep breath, release to that godly presence that only knows to say yes, guide, and protect. Watching him redeem is what is bad and what is good. Discernment. That's God's presence in you, in me. I'm most thankful, and I want to share that with you. Let's stand openly and freely and allow the presence of God to be prevalent in our lives. I affirm today I'm grateful to be alive. I give thanks for all I notice in my life that astounds and amazes me. There is something infinitely healing in the repeated refrains of nature. The assurance that dawn comes after night and spring after winter. That's Rachel Carson. God's presence is in our lives. Thank you. Love, peace, and harmony. I have a few announcements. As always, there's a practitioner available at CSLGH.org. Visit the site if you just need someone to talk to or to pray over a situation that you may be experiencing. Reminder, our first and third Sunday, we welcome back our youth church at 10:30 a.m. We'll welcome back our young adult program the first Sunday at 11:45 p.m. Both are facilitated by Reverend Nicole please, you can reach her at CSLGH, Nicole@gmail.com. Sangha 6-week Sangha with Reverend Nicole begins Wednesday, April 26, 9:30 to 11:30 a.m. online. Contact Reverend Nicole at CSLNicole@gmail.com. Thank you. Enjoy the meditation.
All right, thank you, Beverly. Yeah, so the young adult thing is kicking in after the service on the first Sunday, so that'd be 11:45 a.m. It's a typo up there, so got to fix that. Yeah. Although maybe we'd get more young adults if we did it at 11:45 p.m. Stop in on your way home from the club. We got records. All right, so, you hit on a theme that I was thinking about today as well, Beverly, in one more time, the senselessness of gun violence and, the fear tied to all that, the fear around race one more time showing up again, and what to do about it. There's a lot of, what I know is that there are a lot of people, I think, are putting on a brave face out there. It's just most of us don't need to feel the need to be violent about it, but I think there's a lot of people struggling out there that we don't know about. Certainly there's a lot to think about that I think we're kind of having a COVID hangover, right? So for 2 years, we had nothing to do but think about things, right? And, the climate change and the state of what's going on in the U.S., around the globe, all that stuff. So there's just a lot of stuff that we don't know. I think that's really what, if we had some kind of an answer that we are certain would work, maybe we would feel a little better about it. But I was looking at this book, 7,000 Ways to Listen by Mark Nepo, a lot of wisdom in this book. And this chapter, he speaks to, well, the name of the chapter is Restoring Confidence. And this little blog, I suppose, would be The Practice of Not Knowing. The practice of not knowing. The deepest words of the wise teach us the same as the whistle of the wind when it blows, or the sound of the water when it's flowing. It's Antonio Machado. To bring trust back to life requires the deepest sort of listening. Mark writes, I'm still learning how to listen in this way. Even after 60 years, it feels elusive. As the most important teachers whisper behind the wind to ensure that we give ourselves totally to the discovering of their secrets. Two such teachers are not knowing and paradox. Essentially, I have learned that true knowledge that can help us live waits on the other side of our ability to hold two things at once that are both true. One aspect of true knowledge that came to me through my experience with cancer is the paradox that we need to die in order to live. Right? That's even a biblical thing, right? We need to die in order to live. I am still trying to understand the daily meaning of this, but let's talk about paradox, where conflict is the tension created by two mutually exclusive choices. You can't be in two places at the same time. In other words, paradox is the tension of seeming opposites which we need to endure until we can fall beneath the illusion of their separateness into the living truth of how they inform each other. In our heart, we can be two places at one time. In our heart, we can be in two places at once. Paradox means beyond belief, from the Greek para, belong, and dox, belief. I take beyond belief to mean more than unbelievable, but rather beyond our current understanding of things. This is not just abstract information. Engaging paradox is crucial because without the courage and patience to listen below the surface of things, without the ability to wait trustingly, we are never baptized into the full depth of life. In just this way, I was drawn through cancer beyond belief, beyond my understanding of things, into the painful and liberating journey of dying in order to fully live. Well, that's some deep thoughts. So the heart is the one place where we can hold two things at once. So I'm just going to let those words speak for themselves tonight, and we can just meditate, because I kind of feel like you said it all. So why don't we just take a deep conscious breath and release. Take another breath. On the exhale, just feel the surrender in the moment. Exhale. So we're following the breath, getting ourselves comfortable, get all the wiggles and jiggles out of the way. So we are sitting attentively, comfortably but attentively, free of tension, focusing on the breath, focusing on the inhale for now. Just allow the tummy to rise and fall naturally. The breath is natural. Scanning the body. for tension, starting from the feet and the ankles. Moving up the legs. So meditation, I think, is another way that we can be in two places at once. You bring your attention to your right knee and your left earlobe. Staying with the breath. So if you find a place where there's some tension, you can just take a deep breath and breathe into it. And on that exhale, feel the tension unwind. If you need another breath, take it. So moving up the leg now into the sit bones. The tummy rising and falling easily. Freely. The spine is erect and balanced over the sit bones, free of tension. The head balanced over the spine. Chin turned in slightly. Back to the breath. Attention to the hands, up the arms. Into the shoulders. So let's take a deep breath together, and then on the exhale, just see if we can allow the shoulders to drop, maybe the neck to lengthen a bit. So taking a deep breath and release. Bring our attention to the exhale now. On the exhale, just release the facial muscles around the nose, around the mouth. Bring our attention between the eyebrows, the third eye. Focused on the exhale. To the crown of the head. Relaxing on the exhale, staying with the breath as we move now into the silence for about 15, 20 minutes. gently back into the room, staying with the breath. Imagine with me the flame of the divine, the spark of the divine in our heart center as we stay with the breath. We're fanning this flame. With each in-breath, it grows and expands. And brilliance and radiance. So that there's a ball of divine fire right at the heart center that is radiating its light and love. A fire that illuminates rather than consumes. So as we stay with the breath, we allow this divine fire within to expand and to grow. To a globe of light and love. That continues to expand in the same way a balloon inflates. Beautiful sacred sun expanding in our heart center, radiating its light and love, extending now beyond our body, torso, side to side, front to back, top to bottom. Staying with the breath. This field of light and love now filling the very room in which we occupy, creating this field of light and love, that this sanctuary here now filled with the light and love, commingling with our neighbors, commingling with our friends joining us online. Knowing that the spirit is not bound by time nor space. So feeling ourselves fully immersed in this field of light and love, we bring our concerns, our cares, our aspirations, those places within us that struggle with paradox, that may struggle with unknowing. Instead, we step confidently knowing that in some crazy cosmic way, the light and love of the Most High is impressing and expressing itself in, through, and as all life. So now swimming, floating, immersed in this field of light and love, we know that we are breathing it in, that it is breathing us, that we are feeling a sense of restoration at the deepest aspects of being, that every particle, every atom, every molecule, every cell, every organ, every muscle, every bone, every sinew, every connective tissue, that all of it is activating and expressing now as the pattern of perfection. That we feel a renewed sense of strength and vitality within the body temple. That even every neuron, all the various components of the biological body restored in this moment to full and complete function. That we feel a sense of strength and freedom in knowing this truth. We take a deep conscious breath. And just release this knowing, releasing this truth. Staying with the breath. As our heart is full, our mind is open, that we are open and receptive to new, dynamic, creative ideas, that we are open and receptive to a divine download of knowledge, of wisdom, of perspective, of clarity, focus. So we are capturing these new ideas either within our awareness in this moment or to be brought forward later, that we know that these ideas are captured within our own individualized expression of this mind. And we take a deep breath, knowing this is so. So finally then, we know that for our heart in this heart-opening exercise of this healing meditation now, that our heart is extending itself beyond our own cares and concerns for ourselves, and extending those to those with whom we may have a sense or even full knowledge that they are challenged or struggling in some way, that we are bringing them into the embrace of this field of love and light, as we're knowing that the truth of their being, the truth of the Most High, is being revealed within themselves exactly the way they need this expression to be. That we release any entanglements of our own design and just know that they too are an expression unfolding within the heart and mind of the Most High, as the heart and mind of the Most High. Taking a deep breath, we release. And so for all of these cares, concerns, aspirations, images, that we know that we are simply releasing all of them now to that which doeth the work, that aspect of the one Spirit that knows only to say yes as a law of its own being. So we release it now. Let it go. Taking a deep breath. We feel the release with deep gratitude and confidence, knowing it is done. And so we leave here this evening, arriving home in safety and good order. And as we make our way through the rest of this evening, through our evening routines, finding our way to our bed, that our head hits the pillow, we drift off easily and effortlessly, in feeling buoyed and with a sense of gratitude and knowing that all is well. We drift off easily to sleep, dreaming sweet dreams, that we awaken feeling refreshed, restored, revitalized, with a spring in our step, with vim and vigor and a zest for life. Taking one more deep breath. Releasing, knowing it is done, knowing it is so. Together we acknowledge this by saying, so it is, and so we let it be. So thank you for joining us tonight. We will be live. This is your first time joining us. You're welcome to subscribe. If you hit that notification bell, we do live stream a Sunday service at 10:30. If you're local, why not join us at 9 o'clock? And there's no. If these ideas appeal to you, why not come in and share them with like-minded folks? So we'd be delighted to meet you. So until then, know that you're blessed, know that you're loved, and we'll see you next time. Peace and blessings. Adios.